Hey y'all, Darla here with Growing Tropical. I hope everybody's doing good. I am doing great. I'm a little hot. I live here in South Florida. I'm in Zone 10 and we are in the month of July and it is hot. I mean stinking hot. And so I am trying to figure projects that I can do where I am undercover. Right now I am standing out under my my back patio and I am working on a little project, and I have been kind of putting it together in my head, and I got very excited and I thought I'm going to put this on film for you guys to see. I hope you enjoy this video. I'm going to just jump right into it. I'm not going to do a lot of talking because I know a lot of you guys want to see what you want to see, and especially when you click on something like a water feature, which is what we're going to be doing in today's video, and you want to see the water feature. So I'm going to close my mouth. We're going to put this water feature together, and then we'll come back and we'll just I'll show you the little things that I use to put all this together. So let's get right to it, y'all. Well, that was a lot of fun. A little out of my comfort zone, but a lot of fun. I love doing little projects like this. And you guys, I want to just kind of explain to you a little bit, very briefly here, what I did, because I did something a lot different than I normally do whenever I'm planting up a container garden. Usually when I'm planting up any type of container, I usually put holes in the bottom of it. I highly recommend it for anybody who, you know, plants in containers. But this time I chose a vessel. This vessel that's right here in front of me is about 3 inches deep, and it's galvanized. And because of the type of plants that I was putting in here, and because of it being shallow, and because it's so large around, I didn't put any holes in the bottom of it. I chose specifically not to put holes in it. I've never done that before. I think I'm going to be okay, but I'll keep you guys updated to let you know how it works for me. I know there are some gardeners out there that from time to time, when they're doing things much like this, they won't put holes in the bottom of their vessel. And in the beginning of the video, if you guys saw, what I did was, to make sure that I don't get any kind of smell in here, I put an activated charcoal in the bottom, and then I went ahead and put just like a very a thin layer of rock, and then I added in my succulent. I put a succulent and cactus mix in there for my growing medium. Now I have things in here, you know, quite a few succulents. I have a couple of ivy. I have a fern. It's a bird's nest fern. It's an epiphyte. And I have a pothos over here. And what I did was the succulents, there were some of them, they came out of pots. And I went ahead and I knocked as much of the existing dirt out of there to where I just had roots, and I kind of teased them up. I didn't take any of the roots off, but I completely and totally took off all of that soil, and then I nestled them down. And then there were a couple of little extra ones that I added in here that I just kind of cut them. Succulents are so forgiving, and they just propagate so easy when you just cut them straight across and leave a little bit of stem on there and stick them right down in dirt. They'll start just, you know, getting little they'll get tiny or fine little roots that'll just start, you know, after probably about 4 or 5 weeks, I'll start seeing, maybe even sooner, that they'll start rooting in really well. And then of course the other things that I put in here, the pothos and the ferns and the ivy, even the aloe back here, I knocked all of that soil off of there, and so I could nestle it down in there. So you guys, by taking all that dirt off of there, now I'm just dealing with the roots, and the roots are going to just be grabbing a hold of that soil, that medium that's down inside there. And what I'm going to do is, and instead of like I would normally do, I would, you know, when I water any of my containers, I usually have like a watering can, and I will, you know, go through and I'll, you know, use like a watering can. I'm not going to do that with this vessel. I'm going to use a spray bottle, and what I'm going to be doing is, and this will help to where I'm not having pooling water, I will go into each individual plant, and I will not only mist the leaves because they all love humidity, but I'm going to go right in to the like, I hope you guys can see, I'm going to turn this around. I've got this on a Lazy Susan, but I'm going to go right into the dirt and right at the base, and I'm going to just kind of spray a little bit at the base, just to kind of saturate saturate that medium, but I'm not going to have any pooling water. And that is the way I'm going to care for this as long as it stays in existence. And I'm hoping that I'm going to have many months of growth. The things that are in here are not fast growing. Pothos are very slow growing. The ferns are very slow growing. Aloe, you know, all the succulents. That and especially because I took off all of that growing medium, and I started with just, you know, the fine roots that were on there. So you guys, I hope you found this video to be inspirational. I had a blast doing it, and it just shows you sometimes it is really good for us gardeners to get out of our comfort zones so we can create something a little different. And I love tabletop gardens. I have the perfect spot for this, and at the end of the video, I'm going to show you where I actually nestled it. So you guys, until the next video, bye for now.